Okay, so AI apocalypse, not so sure about that. But without a doubt, this is a monumental shift in AI. What's real is its performance. We don't have to trust DeepSeek or the Chinese on that. This is an open source model, so we can see inside of it and compare it using third-party benchmarks. It is just as impressive as people say it is. Not only was it cheaper and quicker to build, but it's also cheaper and more efficient to run. So developers are adopting it en masse, as well as American consumers, pushing it to the top of the App Store charts and dethroning ChatGPT. Now, it hit the markets hard today because it raises a ton of questions about the way American AI has developed. OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, etc., have raised and spent billions of dollars to create ever bigger and better models. Demand for NVIDIA GPUs was insatiable, but late last year, and this really started before DeepSeek, late last year, model advancements stalled, and a new race took off in reasoning, or the inference phase. And that was DeepSeek's opening to essentially jump to the frontier and build off what those American companies already achieved. And this is key. It open sourced it. Now it's not just DeepSeek creating competitive models at a fraction of the price. You've got ByteDance releasing one last week. Berkeley researchers, they did something similar for $450 in 19 hours. So whether DeepSeek did it for $6 million or $60 million, that is now besides the point. It's called distillation. The most advanced models on the market right now, they don't need hundreds of millions of dollars in GPUs and infrastructure. And that is a massive paradigm shift for the AI trade as we've known it. Why the sell-off today affected everything from chips to energy to mega caps. Now, the saving grace for the bulls, though, and what I hear from my network in Silicon Valley is that it's highly unlikely that American AI players are going to scale back their spend, those billions and billions of dollars. The race only got that much more important, and the pressure to stay ahead has intensified. And the American companies, they're going to continue to throw money at this because it's existential for them.
This is all just so fascinating, Dee. And at first, I was trying to think through it and thinking, is this good or bad? I mean, isn't competition great? If we can do something more efficiently and less expensive, isn't that good? Maybe not so great for America if it was done by this Chinese company when we're worried about all sorts of other ripple effects there. And that's obviously part of a bigger discussion. But altogether, I mean, how should we feel about this news, even if we don't know exactly what it cost?
So that is such a great point. And there are many in the technology sphere, founders, CEOs, venture capitalists who say this is a really good development, that DeepSeek essentially did what OpenAI was supposed to do all along, create an open source model, democratize AI. That's what DeepSeek did. It is so ironic that that came from a Chinese company. And when you worry about things like, okay, this is developed in China, so are we going to have the same kind of censorship that the Chinese government imposes on their AI companies? Well, again, it's open source, so developers can just take parts of it, and you've actually seen this happen in real time today. Perplexity CEO posted about this. You can just tweak the model so that you can, leave things aside, like the censorship part that won't talk about Tiananmen Square. That is a remarkable development. On the other hand, Courtney, I mean, DeepSeek was top of the App Store. That is the app. That is going to consumers that are not filtering, that are not getting an uncensored version. And, I mean, when you think about what we were worried about with TikTok, that's a social media network, worried about influence and propaganda. This is ideological. If American consumers are adopting a Chinese AI GPT, essentially, that has massive geopolitical implications.